pt1 call all y'all about Shalom to the left. This video right here, I don't even have to say too much. I'm gonna pull some precepts once we finish with it. Let me let it play.
It's the Edomites posing as Jews. Edomites are the Canaanites, and if you know the Bible,
I've been saying this, it's really not the Jews, it's the Satanists that have hijacked every religion.
you know the story of Jacob and Esau. Esau was cursed. He went and married 2 Canaanite women, and their tribes became the Edomites. The Edomites were eventually absorbed into Israel and were converted into Jews, but they kept their dastardly.
And how did they get absorbed into Israel? Well, what happened was the Khazarian mafia.
And look at these guys who's speaking on this. This was gonna freak everybody out, trip everybody out. Some of the elect gonna look like these guys right here. This not a black or white thing. This is where your seed go back to. What's your lineage? What's your spirit like? So for these guys to grasp this and understand this, hey man, they, don't nobody really know who's part of the elect. The Most High could have put a spirit on them to see this and actually know this. And they look like heathens. This goes into the parable about the wheats and the tares. By the wicked one sowing the seed amongst the righteous. The tares grew with the wheat. So you're going to have people that look like us, they ain't even us. You're going to have people that look like them, they ain't even them.
Which was located north of Israel in that region. All of the neighboring countries got so sick of their disgusting evil practices that the rulers of the surrounding countries forced them to pick a religion. It forced the leader of the Khazarians to pick a religion to follow, so that way there could be an attempt at peace in that region, and that neighboring countries' traders wouldn't have to deal with passing through Khazaria, where a lot of them actually went missing. So their solution was to force them into a monotheistic religion, and the Khazarians chose Judaism, the Khazarians being Satanists.
Ways. And they are the synagogue of Satan that Jesus was rebuking because they were living amongst the Israelites at the time. And from what I read, King Herod was actually part Edomite. But long story short, they killed Jesus. They killed the real Messiah. Their whole thing was about stealing back the blessing that Esau stole from Jacob. So they killed Christ.
And this is what Amalek been doing from the jump. They've been trying to wipe us out. They've been trying to figure out how to get us up out of here. Because they figure if they can get us up out of here, they can just get the blessing. But that ain't how it works. The Most High ain't set it up like that for them to do that. Even though they may get a massive amount of us up out of here, got the elect within Israel. Because our people is a chosen nation. It was already written before time what was supposed to go down. And that war that's going on right now, Amalek is going to overextend themselves trying to go back and forth with them Persians. The Persians, they like that war shit. They go back to that ancient Persian shit when they really was making the, if I'm not mistaken, it's called the Invincibles or something like that. I can't, the Immortals, like they put in that movie. Because there was so many of them. They had so much weaponry and all type of stuff like that. So what's going to happen is Amalek going to get so pushed in the corner, they're going to call on Esau, which they've been doing anyway, because you see the biblical prophecies going down. Matter of fact, let me get that precept. Jeremiah 49:20 says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. So, them devils over there, they pulling them into that war. They already got them going over there, sending boats and all type of other military aid over there. It's just going to escalate, man. You start talking about, we gonna pull from over here. We ain't gonna stay over here that long. Hey, the Most High got them right where he wanted them at. They right in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. And if you go back to some old videos, through the Spirit, the Wadi Habashim Shah first, allow me to understand this. I mentioned it in the video. They sent the Marines and military equipment already over there to literally the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Over there in that region. Now shit don't escalate it. They really going over there. They about to start deploying more troops too. They about to start doing that draft shit too, because a lot of people really don't even want to fight over there, so they gonna try to make people fight. Let me let this play some more.
and have been working with Satan to destroy the world. But in the Bible, it's written that the righteous tribes will rise, and that God will destroy each and every one of them, and that the Edomites will go to live in the Holy Land, the fake Jews, the ones who worship the Star of Raphim, the six-pointed star that they have on their flag and have legitimized to all of us via their psyops. The six-pointed star Jews, those are the Edomites posing as Jews. But they're really just continuing the Canaanite practice of child sacrifice, satanic Baal worship, Moloch worship, all that nasty such Saturn worship, child eating, child blood drinking, child sacrifice, etc. And they're posing as Jews. And they are the ones that Jesus Christ called the synagogue of Satan. And yeah, so it's not the Jews, it's the Edomites.
And out of Esau and Edom, you got Amalek as well too. Because you got Edomites, they look a little different. You got your six-pack Joe Dirt Edomites over here. Then you got your long-nosed Amalekites over there. And Esau might strike this video. If they do, you catch it. But I just want to put this out because they breaking it down, man. They going into it.
Posing as Jews.
And it's straight out of biblical prophecy. The scripture says Esau should be made bare. How are his ways sought out? You can't hide this truth, man. It's spreading like wildfire. And they got Esau shook too. Because I seen an article, if I can find it. It got a main clip on there. I may put it as the picture of this video. Or I may just post a link somewhere. They said over there, if you speak anything about Jesus, or his name is really Yahweh Shai, if you speak about him over there, and you talk anything about Christianity, because they going after, they trying to ultimately go after people that speak about biblical prophecy or what's about to happen to Amalek. They talking about putting you in jail for years. That's straight out the scriptures too. Matter of fact, let me get that. Says Book of Luke 21:12 says, but before all these, they should lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to synagogues and to prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Because the main thing they didn't want us to know, because this how you know that the Hebrew, that the elders have